Good evening, everybody. We're doing a wrap-up show for this Kickstarter. Pretty exciting stuff. Long, good campaign. I'm pretty excited about a lot of things that turned out. A lot of people did some amazing stuff as far as helping us get to where we are. We're going to spend some time thanking them. I am super excited to be bringing you this show. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and start with that amazing video. So here it is. An all-ages tale that teaches morals with farts and shows the power of imagination that will entertain everyone in your family, including the parents reading the book. Thank you for hitting play and allowing us to introduce you to CatDad and Supermom, the award-winning Farts with Morals storytelling awesome adventure that people seem to love. And we could keep going that way. We could use words that could try to get you to be excited and convinced to buy it, but I'd rather just be honest with you. I'd rather be humble with you and tell you why I created the story. You see that little boy over my shoulder, right over there, and the other side, the Supermom, and the big elephant that farts? All of that is based on my boy. He's a special needs 5-year-old who I love with all my heart. And he has made me a better man and has taught me what unconditional love is. So if this story is about him, the standard had to be higher. That's why I got one of the best artists in the world in Raheel Mohsin. I got Chuck Pino, who's done such great work as an editor and as a writer himself, to be part of this. Both of them became co-creators because of how much passion went into this. It was about passion for creating a top-notch story that was meant to entertain your entire family, and I think we did that. The rest, they're all keywords. They're all ways to convince you to do it. Truthfully, this is a story that matters to me, and it had to be one of the best stories that I wanted to share with you. It advocates for people who get bullied, and it advocates for the right things to do when you see someone get bullied. It advocates for being a better human being, but it also represents my son. And because of that standard, because of the fact that my son is in this book, it had to be one of the best things I could create, probably in my entire career. Anytime my son is attached to something, it is that high of a standard for me. So if you're looking for a reason to back this Kickstarter, it's because, well, because I love my son, and I wouldn't put anything out with his name on it that wasn't amazing. Thank you for watching, sharing, and backing CatDad and Supermom, and Ella Fart never forgets. Hey everybody, we are live here. I'm trying to share this on my timeline and see if I can't start a watch party. For some reason, I see what the problem is. Jaxie's loud in the background. We're having problems with the watch party. So I just wanted to take the time. A lot of great stuff has happened. I feel like I owe so many people just absolutely huge thank yous and all that. And it's a long list, and I'm not going to get them all. There's going to be someone out there who I don't personally thank, and that's not intentional. I promise you. I'm not doing it on purpose. There's even hold on, sorry, password issues. There's even I had to think of the password and I couldn't type and do it at the same time. There's going to be people who I accidentally forget to thank. Please don't take it personally. This has been an extremely long campaign. There's a lot of people involved. I don't mean any disrespect to anyone with that in mind. So I want to start off thanking, of course, the team behind it, Chuck and Raheel. You guys are awesome. You guys are fantastic dudes. Let's get down to that. And as a matter of fact, let's Chuck do it.
Hey, gang, how you guys doing? I was lucky enough to draw the big straw, and I get to tell you guys about the awesome crew that made CatDad and Supermom. First off, I'm Chuck Pino. I was the editor and now, lucky enough, co-creator of this amazing book. I was brought in by the absolutely awesome Rob Gregory, and he had written this amazing script. And of course, he and I had already worked together on the original book Jack C. Anderson. I love that book so much that I had to be a part of telling this absolutely hilarious anti-bullying tale. And then we were lucky enough that we knew this incredibly talented man by the name of Raheem Wilson, and his art style just worked so perfectly with the book that we thought, yeah, this guy needs to be on board. So all three of us got together, chatted, worked real hard, and made you guys an amazing, amazing tale. Thank you guys so much for all the love, and we can't wait for you to check out our book.
There's, of course, the one, the only Chuck himself. And there's the team themselves. Now, we had some people added onto the team along the way. We had Josh Lyman give us this amazing cover. Mike Seeley gave us this amazing cover. And this is the original cover from Raheel. And all the way at the top, we're going to find out when we get there. We'll show it to you in the end. Our friend Luke Stone, and now part of our family. But here's why. Hey, everybody. Actually, I don't think you guys got to know why winning the award was important to us. I think we can skip that today, that video. But here is a preview that we had of it. And what is CatDad all about? Let's take a look at this. Thank you for making it to this point. I mean, so you've shown some interest. You heard the first video. So what is CatDad about? It's about a young boy, Jax, my son. And he is a child like any other child. He's still learning. And a lot of times he's going to make mistakes. In this book, we actually find him at school, and he witnesses his friends bully the lunch lady. He doesn't tell the truth when confronted about it by the principal, and comes home and asks me what he should do. I tell him he should do what is right, not as what is popular. But like a lot of kids, they don't want to be a rat. They don't want to get in trouble. They want to be somewhat popular and get along with their classmates. So he goes into the dream world where Jax's superpower of imagination comes to life, and it allows him to see me as CatDad and his mom as Supermom, and even his uncle as Potato Butt. And they see the lunch lady now as Ella Fart, and she has the power to command farts and make shapes out of farts. I know, it's kind of crazy. And it even teaches a moral message, and it's something you can sit down with your kid and actually enjoy. It's made like Looney Tunes, so you guys can enjoy it. I'm really proud of the work we did here. Yeah. And on one final note, just about the project before you go, and I promise I'll make it short. I'm a creator, and I have to create this under a different name. It's still my name. My name's Robert Gregory Anderson, but I put this just under Robert Gregory because, you know, my other titles are more geared towards adults, and I don't want children finding those. So I'm trying to separate the two. But we're still human beings that want to share experiences with our children, even though we're adults. We want to enjoy that time with them, right? Of course, we want our own time and our own hobbies, but we also want to invite our children to do things with us other than playing video games. This offers you the opportunity to sit down and discuss with your child an important topic about what do you do when you see someone bullied. Thank you for watching the video, and I hope to make you a fan of CatDad and Supermom. And please stay safe. And we'll see you in the next video, hopefully. And very excited about that. Sorry, I'm giving out links and giving out milk to Jax. Trying to make sure, spelling things wrong. Don't you hate it when that happens? All right, I'll take care of that in a minute because I can just give a link of this into the chat room for everyone. So that was why it mattered so much. And here's that amazing cover. And I guess we'll go do the reward. But right now, there's still time, by the way. 120 great backers. We made almost $666. $1,668. So I guess we have enough time. Let's do the rewards video. I don't think we did the rewards video. Let's see. Here we go. Treat yourself. Welcome to the rewards section. First, thank you for considering backing this project. That means a lot to all of us. Now, I wanted to quickly go over all the things that we have in store for you guys. And I just want to take up a minute or two of your time to explore this. And right now, we have 0 funds, but don't worry, you're going to help us raise some. So let's get right into it. First off, we're offering the PDF for for just $2. You can get the entire book for $2 because we know times are tough right now. And if you're a family struggling, there's just needs to be someone looking out for you. We're trying to do that. An entire book, 32-page PDF is yours for just $2. Even if you can only afford to give us $1, we'll give you the preview. Every dollar is going to get rewarded. So you're going to get the original origin preview that me and Raheel Mohsin did together. For $3, you can get the digital bundle of CatDad and Jax, the story that's in the flip book, which I'll show you in just a minute. You'll get that digitally. And of course, it won't be a flip book in digital. It'll just be 2 different comics. And if you wanted a more in-depth look into it, we'll give you the special PDF pack, which will have both CatDad and Supermom. It'll have the original release of Jax, the new release of Jax, and there he is in the background being crazy. And we'll give you possibly some other cool stuff like outtakes and maybe even the script. So that's great for people just curious and want to see how we wrote the script. For $10, you get the brand new. This will be the cover you guys can see right here. And you can see it more in the descriptions, and I'll bring it up while we're talking. That'll be the new cover for you guys to get and to enjoy. That'll be for this Kickstarter. And of course, it celebrates our award. Now, that'll be for $10 plus shipping. For $20, you get the ultra rare original release. Only 100 of these were made. We have a limited amount, so there's only 3 available right now. And for $20, you could also get the flip book, which not only do you get the CatDad and Supermom story, but you get the Jax story. The only difference between CatDad and Supermom in this story and the one that it'll be by itself will literally just be the Jax is attached to it. So you get 2 books for $20. And then also we have all the peanuts and stickers. That you're going to get the rare beta release. You're going to get the flip book. You're going to get the new cover that celebrates our award. And we're also going to give you any stretch goals. Any stretch goals that we add. And trust me, there's another cover coming as soon as we hit our goal. And maybe some other surprises. Plus, you're going to get this amazing sticker. And for the parents listening, we're going to add a couple special things for the parents who want to get a book for their kid and a book for them to be entertained. So stay tuned for that. We just didn't want to put it in this video, which we know you're probably watching with your children. But come back. We have something for you too. Thank you for watching the video, and thank you for considering backing this project. And please stay safe. All right, guys, let's do an update. Now, I do want to stress something to you. One of the things I've been doing in the background is I was cleaning up the Kickstarter because this was the last time I can update it because we are successfully going to fund in just 9 minutes. You guys only have 9 minutes. Please consider backing it. Time is running out. We're going to do the countdown clock, but notice I moved things around. I moved the cover down here where it belongs, so the covers are now in the order that they were released. Ooh, I got to actually go in there real quick and fix that. But you guys can see that. I will give the why the award was important speech. I think that's a good video to watch. Since we're everybody, it's me, Robert Gregory, creator of CatDad and Supermom. Of course you know that, but now you're curious about the award. See, here's the cool thing. The award is from the Independent Creator Awards. And it was very unexpected. Chuck had nominated the story. And I'll be honest, I never expected us to win. We were going against adult titles and all ages titles and actual titles for all audiences and even more mature. There was a lot in that category that came up. And the judges themselves wound up, many of them don't even have children. I think only one of them actually had children. So we just figured that we would, we'd be nominated. It'd be nice to actually be in there and to be part of the conversation. You can hear Jax in the background. And we were just happy with that. And it turned out we won, and we were blown away because the story had been appreciated for what it was, and it entertained people who weren't reading it to kids and actually just enjoyed it as a story. It was a powerful moment for us. That really told us that we really had made an all-ages tale. And yes, you can share it with your actual children and they'll enjoy it. But you'll enjoy it as well because people without children enjoyed it. And they picked us over some great, great other stories. We were in some heavy competition. That's why the award means so much to us. And that's why we're making this special cover, because we were so thrilled to be able to bring you this story, knowing that our fellow creators agree with us that this is some powerful storytelling. Thank you for watching this video and taking an interest about the awards. And hopefully we'll see more awards for this book as time goes on. And it's great to be in the same year that Will Eisner was inducted into our Independent Creator Hall of Fame. So that's it for now. Please stay safe, and we'll hope that you'll be getting your copy of CatDad Supermom and Elefart Never Forgets soon. Oh man, how beautiful is that? Really excited about all that we have accomplished in this. We got projects that we love. I did not even know about that. I know that sounds horrible, but I was busy, honestly. I was busy getting things done for the project, and I can't apologize for that because I'm pretty proud of how far we've gotten on this. And I am going to try to invite some people to thank on as we're ending the show today. I've invited a few people, but this was a last minute thing. Normally, I don't do these types of things, but I wanted to kind of celebrate with everybody, and I wanted to. Luke Stone's asking when this is. I have to tell him now. Let me see if. So I got a lot of people to thank, and I'd like to get them on live to thank them. Come here, Jax. Come here, buddy. All of this is based on this beautiful boy. Hey, can you say hello to everybody? No, you've had enough. Say hello. Say hi.
Hi.
Thank you. Such a good boy. Such a good boy. Oh. I hate when things look like they're frozen. Don't you? All right. All right, we're going to have to take a look at that. We got some comments I just want to check out. They're just for me. Wow, we have so little time left. Thank you all for tuning in, being part of this right now. Why don't we stop taking lollipops, you silly kid. You're not going to have any teeth left. You don't look like your dad. Go. No more. That's it. Okay. All right. Sorry about that. It's fine, kid. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. All right. I do want to thank some people. Just answering to people and seeing who could be on here right now. And remember, time is running out. We only have a limited time left. So if you want to be part of this, now is the time. I mean, literally, we just have minutes to go. And I'm saving it now. So we're going to have a new look on this. Chuck gets to be here for the final minutes. Sup, Chucky?
You knew I'd pop in.
I was hoping. I was definitely hoping, because I'm doing the house cleaning in the background to try to make the project look sexier. Well, not sexier. It's a kid's book. What a wrong word. To make it look more professional. I think that let's take a look at the final countdown clock. We're at 3 minutes.
Look, what's the point? I mean, we already got a project we love. Who cares?
Oh, I do. This is just a step. They're great things that we've accomplished. Don't get me wrong. And I'm super proud. Project we love. Wow. Blown away. We didn't even know it. Me and Chuck have been looking at this project for weeks now. Well, for 10 days now. That means we got it in the middle of the campaign. And we never got to talk about it. And we got all this success without talking about it. But I'm sure a couple people saw it. And we're like, oh, yeah. You know?
Yeah.
Look at these guys. They must be doing something right. I do want to. Brian K. Morris said he's watching. I wish he'd come on. I want to thank him actually in person. He's done a great job of this, helping us out with the Nevermind the Furthermore, which is at 10 a.m. every day. I'm trying to get Kevin on, Luke on. I want to say thank you, but I'm gonna let Chuck talk as we count down. What do you got for us, Chuck?
I have enjoyed myself thoroughly. No, no, dude. Man, this is really kind of cathartic. The fact of the matter is, this is our third attempt, and if I'm being completely honest, I was against it. The reason it took so long for us to do a third attempt is because I kept saying, no, it's not a good idea. Like, we didn't do it. Let's find another way. And you came at me impassioned, and it's kind of the story of CatDad, because you came to me with several scripts, and every time it was like, it's not quite there. It's not quite there. Like, we can do it, but it's not there. And then when you came to me with that final one, it was like, that's it. But we both knew it. And so this time you came to me and you said, dude, seriously, like, I have this idea. I really want to take this seriously. Like, it means a lot to me. And I went, okay, you know what? I'm seeing it in your eyes. This is it. So let's go do it. So, yeah.
I mean, I believed in this. We've traveled with this book. People have fallen in love with it. I had someone crying about it. I know you had impassioned stories about it. And, how don't you advocate for that? I knew something was off. There was a disconnect. I knew this was a beautiful story. I knew that we had done our job right. So I couldn't give it up, man. I couldn't say, oh, we're just going to take this on the chin. No, this deserved this moment. I didn't expect what came next. I never, honestly, if I'm being honest, we all dream, I want this to be viral. I want it to make, $1 million. That's a dream that we all have, no doubt about that. Every creator wants that. But a realistic goal for us in this last minute that we're looking at it right now, as it's going to reload, I didn't expect 16, 668. I didn't expect 120 backers. I mean, we're in advocator territory as far as backers in the last campaign we had. Like that. I'm blown away. I'm blown away.
When you first started, you said, "Hey, man," I remember this very thoroughly. We gave it a couple of days, and when we finally funded and stuff, you said, "You know what? We're gonna push this. I really like to top off at 1,200." I said, "Okay, well then let's make that our goal." And so we pushed forward, and you were like, can't wait to get to 1,000. And then we just hit 1,200 and kept running. I was like, oh, okay, this thing still has legs. Like,
you can keep talking.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Look at that, the fireworks. Fireworks. Here it comes. Here it comes. Oh, goodness. 120 backers. We were told we shouldn't do it. We were told that the market wouldn't allow us. We were told you should never go back for a third and, just give up. You can't make it work. And I never accepted that. And Brian King Morris didn't accept that. And I'm dragging him back on to say thank you. I'm trying to get people on so we can say thank you. This has been amazing. We also got Kevin coming on from NSC, who gave us a nice, big final push. And, if I had known that we had won the love and the admiration as a project that we love, I would have told Kevin to push that. I would have been like, Kevin, we're a project we love. He came in around the 100 mark and was like, he messaged me at 98 and said, I'm gonna come in hard and I'm gonna hit. And I was like, all right, cool. Next thing you know, we had 105 backers, and it was awesome. And we've had a lot of that. And I wanted to bring on Kevin. I did this big heartfelt thing, and I didn't get to introduce him into it because I wanted to save it as all you guys who have helped us out. From Kevin with NSC to Indie Volt. I couldn't have done it without you guys. I really, really couldn't have. So I want you all to introduce yourselves, explain what you do, and tell people how they can follow you, because you guys are changing the comic book industry with what you guys are offering. Each one of you is amazing. So Brian K. Morris, start us off.
All right, I'm Brian K. Morris. Usually I'm better dressed, but anyway, it's a short notice. I'm with Rising Tide Publications. We do comics, we do novels, and I am on risingtide.pub. There's also a Rising Tide Publications page on Facebook. I'm also on YouTube, various other platforms, and I have a daily talk show, Never Mind the Furthermore. And I want to give a shout out to my Nevermorians, my people who watch the show, who follow it faithfully. Rob is one of them. And when I asked him to to pony up and support an incredibly worthwhile project. They came through, and so I really want to thank everyone that watches the show every morning and responded to our plea to get this thing going. So thank you, Nevermorians. Thank you, Rob and Chuck, for letting me get involved.
And Brian, if you want to take off, I know it's late. Take off. I just wanted to say this publicly and in front of you. Thank you for all the support. You were, from day one, you were like, no. Like, a lot of people don't know this. We got funded in 24 hours. And I woke up and I'm teaching this kid. I'm forced to be a parent to this crazy kid, Jax. And it was a frustrating day because when we first started the Kickstarter, we were just getting new lessons planned. I was frustrated. Right. And I can't tell you how much it meant to turn on Nevermind the Furthermore and feel like someone was focusing on my Kickstarter for me when I couldn't be. I can't tell you how much that means. I'll never forget it. And I'll always have your back because I know you've got mine.
Yeah, I know you got it.
So if you want to head out. Thank you for letting me publicly say thank you to you.
Well, thank you for the privilege, and thank you all for sharing this adventure with me and with Rob, and onward to the next one, right?
Yeah. And Kevin, please tell him who.
Take care.
Later. Good night, Brian. Thank you. Please take like a couple minutes. Explain what NSC is. Explain how this is going to help the future of comics. I got to feed the kids, so seriously, take like 3 or 4 minutes.
Okay. Yeah, I kind of jumped on here, kind of short notice as well. As you can see behind me, all the racks of the comics are coming down. We're in the process of, my wife and I are in the process of moving right now, kind of not completely across the country like we did 2 years ago. This is more of a kind of a quarter of the way across the country. We're moving from Colorado to Washington State over the next couple of weeks, so I'm going to be kind of scattered. Some of you guys already kind of have a show on NSC Live. And what NSA Live is just basically bringing everybody together. It's been deemed by some people called a collective. There's other words for it. But we're basically just kind of bringing everybody together in one big happy family to be able to push projects like Rob's and others to get the word out there. We're right knee deep. I kind of was the fourth person in the baton pass off, so to speak. You guys did 98.5% of the work. I came in and just did the last little kind of push over the 100 tier mark. But that's not to take away any of Rob's thunder, but there's some other things that we're going to be able to do now forward since we've hit that mark, and I'll let him go and announce that when he's ready to do it. But what we're doing right now is starting another section within the group called the comic book creators area. So all you guys that are out there creating can have one area to pull to, and we'll plug that in and we'll get you guys hooked up with publishers and writers and editors and all kind of things to make all those knobs and buttons work properly. That's one thing that we're excited about. And then the next big thing coming up again is the move. So I'll kind of be out of pocket for the next couple of weeks. But after that gets going, we'll be able to announce more that we're going to be doing. We're going to be doing some stuff here shortly, more on the charity side, which is great. We love doing that. But we're also starting another Kickstarter here shortly for someone. And when we're ready to make that announcement, we will. Right now, we just got through doing a Kickstarter, helping, like I said, the very last little bit on Rob's. Rob and I were kind of knee deep in a Kickstarter for Monty Michael Moore. That's been a lot of our focus lately. And then I just come off doing a Kickstarter for a couple other people. So it's been very hectic. But one of the things that we do within NSC Live is we also have a company called Inked Marketing. And Inked Marketing is the one that helps with these Kickstarters and puts you in the right place at the right time. We just did one for Stephen Butler and his daughter because Stephen is basically, his daughter is now the second generation in their family getting into this whole program. So we were able to help get them funded. Monty's funded very quickly as well. And we're very happy about that. And then we'll be moving on to the next issues. There's probably about 10 or 15 days maybe left with Monty's. And then we'll be, as again, we got one coming up right behind it for another group. So that's kind of it in a nutshell. We're here to help, and we get the word out there. We have a huge footprint to get the message out, and we're a vehicle for you guys.
And I want to put it out there for those who don't know, Kevin was a big force behind CyberCon. He was a big force behind Geek Out, making sure that they had some stuff. He's been behind the scenes on a lot of stuff, and I honestly don't think he gets enough credit, because during this pandemic, a lot of people are falling through the cracks, and I want to make sure he didn't. The Geek Out thing, the way that we were able to meet Monty, the way me and you met Monty, Chuck, because of Kevin, because he made sure that we were represented at Geek Out. Because let's be honest, no, not Geek Out, sorry, CyberCon. We were going to get boxed out, and they were going to give me 1 hour to do something about comics. That was all that there was going to be. And Kevin said that's unacceptable, and Kevin made sure it happened.
Yeah, we jumped in there and got that huge multi-hour block on Sunday, so everybody could kind of have a voice and get their message out there. It's been really good. I tell you, who's been very forthcoming with all the accolades and everything also has been Monty. Everything that he puts out there about how good he's doing and how good everything's going with the Kickstarter, he attaches my name to it, he attaches Rob names to it, and Meredith as well. You'll notice also too, you guys that are Geek Insider fans, you'll see the new logo that's out there now that says Geek Insider, and underneath it says powered by NSC Live TV. So we're kind of the gas behind the engine, so to speak. We're the one giving them some more juice. So you'll start to see those kind of things out there.
Yeah, and I thank you for all the last minute help. Seriously, it got us to even further heights, and I appreciate it so much, Kevin. Randy Zimmerman is going to be representing Indie Vault, who, if you're not watching Indie Vault, you're just not paying attention to comics for real. You guys, I mean, you do an amazing job of bringing things to light, covering all angles, and being an honest place for creators. Can you explain it and accept my humble and very gracious thank you? Because what you guys did really helped. You guys came in, you made sure a different audience got to hear from me, and I'll forever be grateful for that.
Well, that's very nice of you to say. I just saw you had posted a link and clicked in, so I'm kind of coming into this late, but yeah, I'm Randy Zimmerman. I've been doing independent and alternative comics for years. I am part of the Indie Vault Radio, and it's really Varian Grant's baby that he dragged me in on, and I'm totally grateful that he did, because I get to share experiences and my knowledge with the listeners that are literally worldwide. He's been pulling down some incredible numbers. I've been getting some incredibly awesome new friend requests from people from all over the world, most of which are very gifted artists that are showing off their work. It's amazing what kind of talent is out there in the world. But anyway, he has the Indie Volt YouTube channel, that's VOLT, that we archive all the podcasts on. We do 2 podcasts. Well, Varian and I do 2 podcasts a week. Tuesday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and Thursday morning at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then Varian and his lovely wife Lola do Geekgasm, which is on Wednesday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, that they try to do a more female accented show. They try. Most of the time they've been really trying to get more female guests lined up for that show. And then on Friday, he has a Art of War that Varian does, that I sit in on every once in a while and contribute to every once in a while, where everybody gets together and draws a subject for a couple of hours as we sit around. And the entire time, or all these programs, we're all talking about the industry, because there's so many different aspects and so many new perspectives now, and it's such a wide open and evolving art form that it's good to get all sorts of different kinds of perspectives. And on all of these shows, we have different guests on as much as possible. In fact, we've been finding guests coming on from all over the world, which has been a blast lately. One of the last art streams, we had a gifted artist, Marvi, on from Portugal, which was a lot of fun. We're looking to widen out our audience. Varian's reach on indievolt.com has been tremendous, and we're just now trying to get our reach out there farther and monetize it as much as we can figure out how to do it. But just the fact that we're reaching on internet radio, we're reaching on an average of 14 to 20,000 people, especially during this pandemic time when people are sitting inside of the inside their homes just looking for or listening for just searching for something to listen to. Most of them are drawing this whole time, but whenever I ask Varian for our radio number. It always amazes me that we have that many people, and all around the world, Peru, Brazil, Mexico, Portugal, Germany, France, Spain, all over the place, who have found and IndieVolt.com really started out as an alternative music channel, and then Varian's slowly been introducing comics to it, and I can honestly see it becoming all comic oriented at one point. Plus our YouTube channel, Indie Volt's YouTube channel is up there. Everybody gets exposure from this that's on the show. So, and we were real happy to promote your product, Rob, because it's a solid product. I got to read your book back when we were doing the votes for the best indie comic award, and it genuinely stood out. And it's just a quality product. We're real happy whenever you're on because you add to the accent of the show, you know.
I appreciate that, and I appreciate everyone. And Varian, I wish Varian was here. Varian's probably resting. We probably wore him out earlier. We got Lola upset. We were talking about community versus industry, and Varian had to calm her down. So
Lola is slowly getting into this industry. She's working on her own book. So
yeah, very passionately, very passionate.
Yeah. One thing I wanted to mention real quick, Randy. Rob had introduced me to you guys as well, and Rob and I have been swapping off back and forth and building stuff up to build both the networks up. Yeah. And you guys are actually channel 147 on our network. Okay. So we've been out there pushing you guys, and along with that show and the other shows you mentioned, anything in that realm that you have on Rob's, we've duplicated on ours, and we're helping branch out with that audience as well.
That's cool. I appreciate that.
One big thing to consider. We're opening up or have opened up a shop in Ireland. We're trying to get all things ironed out. And there's a huge artist base in Ireland. You'd be surprised on just how many people are actually there doing freelance work for a lot of people right now. So cool. John McCree is one of them. And he came on the panel the other day and was talking a lot of stuff up with me and Rob, and it was a great show. But we can talk offline about that later. But there's some untapped places out there that we can definitely get you guys into and broaden that reach.
Varian would really be the one that you'd want to talk to about that because he's in charge of running the hub. I am almost his Tonto.
There you go. Okay.
Or is Ed McMahon?
Well, so. Rob and I joke about the Ed McMahon and Johnny Carson thing, so I'll a lot of times put the envelope to my head and do the whole Karnoff thing. So
I've got about 20 years more experience than Varian does in the market, and Varian's got quite a bit. So
gotcha. I've only got about, I guess about 35 in it. So
my first book was Arrow. It was published through Arrow Comics called Tales from the Aniverse. That was back in 1985.
Nice.
So been around that long.
Yes.
My first published work though was Journey number 11 with Bill Mesner-Loebs. Bill actually got me into the printed side of the business.
I actually started doing, professional freelance work at about 16.
Yeah.
And then, got into it and went to college, and I've got a degree in art and kept with it and kept going with it, and then started having kids and life happened. So I kind of pulled back on that and got into other industries.
Yeah.
But I'm starting to get back into it now the last couple of years.
Yeah. My divorce and my ex-wife were the primary reasons I turned down an apprenticeship at Marvel back in 85.
Yep, that'll do it.
It was the best thing I ever did.
Excuse me 1 second.
Yeah, I was silly. I asked him how much it paid. When they told me, I laughed in the guy's face, and that was it. I was done. I said, I ain't moving to New York for that. I'm just going through a divorce.
You could have been Stanley or Randy.
Oh, yeah. I would have lasted probably a year or two, and they would have jettisoned me like, most all the other talent up there. So,
why are you thinking for yourself? Don't do that.
Exactly.
There's no thinking for yourself here. This is Marvel. We invent things. All right.
I've got a really good Barry Dudder story you can read on the on the interview side, there's an whole interview section to the pages back there under NSC Live 24. And Barry talks about he was at Marvel in the 90s when they decided to stick their toe in the water and they thought they could start doing movies the first time they tried it. And that was, of course, a cataclysmic failure.
Yeah.
And they had to divide the company in half and sell off a bunch of stuff to Sony. You know the story.
Yes.
Well, Barry was in the half of people that got laid off. So him and a bunch of his friends woke up one morning working at Marvel and then got the call that they didn't work at Marvel anymore. So
yeah,
it was a rough time.
Sounds
I
like
believe it. They've gone through a couple of implosions just like DC has.
Yes.
So.
Well, the funny thing, if you chart it out, let's use Jim Lee as an example. Jim Lee was, start off as Mr. Marvel, right? And then he broke off and did his own thing in independent world, right? And then now he's over at DC.
Yeah.
So, he's kind of run the gamut, so to speak.
Yep, he has.
All right, guys. I think we're going to wrap this up, but I want Chuck to say something on our way out. Chuck, just, I'll show off the campaign as we leave. For everyone involved, thank you. Kevin, Varian, Randy at Indie Vault, thank you. Kevin at NSC, of course, check them all out. Meredith, our newbie, the comic newbie who's joining us, and with Geek Insider. Brian K. Morris with the amazing Nevermind the Furthermore. Phil, Demon Phil, did an amazing interview with me. They gave us a bunch of press that way. You guys are all amazing. We could not have done this type of success without you. So from the bottom of my heart and very genuinely and very seriously, thank you. You are part of our extended family because this success is also your success. So thank you to everyone involved. If I forgot to mention your name somehow in the last couple days, I'm sorry. Understand I've been up for the last couple days a lot, tweaking things and trying to share things out. I'm a little tired, so don't mind me. I'll get to it. I'm sorry, but seriously, I wanted to take the end of this program to thank all those who had us on their platforms, even being able to build with the NSC, with him giving us the opportunity at Geek Out, and of course CyberCon, which was his big hit. And I can't wait to see what Kevin comes up with next, because I know he's got big ideas and I want to be part of it. And of course, Indie Vault, let's get 50,000 people on the radio, Randy.
Working on it. It's been a slow build, but it's been a good steady build, which is cool.
We'll get very into really loose, like he'll be all white hair with 50.
I'm looking forward to him catching up.
You won't be able to tell him to wear that damn coonskin hat.
We'll turn that coonskin cap white too.
Yeah.
Randy, I'm sure you got some canned spots you can send over, but when you can, we'll get together offline and I can get those put in some other podcast networks and we can get some more traction there.
Well, again, on that, Varian would really be the one to contact.
Okay.
On that, Kevin, he really runs the Indie Vault show. So I have a little small YouTube channel I hardly ever contribute to, but I've been trying to get my work schedule freed up to get more content up there on my YouTube channel. But
okay,
Varian's really the big Johnny Carson. So,
all right, dude.
Yeah, the kahuna for that.
You're up. Chuck, take like 5 minutes because I got to cut waffles. Tell them about the experience. Tell them about what's coming because you got a little taste of what's coming. Give a teaser for issue 2.
I told you I didn't finish reading it, but
you have a title.
I have a title. You know what? In this next episode or this next issue, I think we're going to be dealing with fame a little bit, which is kind of fitting because now this book has a little bit of fame. It's award-winning. It is on its 3rd Kickstarter, and it kicked ass on that one. It has so many more backers. So I think the fact that we're tackling fame is a very apropos thing. This whole wild ride has been so insane and fun, and not fun, because we fought all the way to make the best book possible. And there were times where we got a script and it was like, it's okay, but it's not there. And what was nice is that even when we'd say that, there was no fighting and screaming back and forth. We all saw that it wasn't there. And, when it came back again, we saw that it wasn't there. And then when it was finally done, we all saw that it was there. And even then, we still tweaked and we played and we really worked at it. We tried to do just our best at all times. We really took seriously the fact that it wasn't just about making a good book. We've all made books, and we've all made good books. What this was about is this was about making a good book that would be a perfect book to be someone's first comic. And I think all of us took that immortally seriously because it was so important to us that we really kind of push comic books without having to push comic books. So we didn't have to create all this other stuff in there. We could just tell a really good story with really interesting characters and have an awful lot of fun. And that in and of itself would hopefully make fans really excited and really want to clamor on and join in and be a part of what we were doing. So that's what we did. We worked really hard. Raheel, to his credit, he didn't just get pages, accept them, and make them happen. He made tweaks. Some worked, some didn't, but that's the same with anything else, you know. Some of my suggestions hit, some of them didn't. And we just kept pushing and working hard and doing everything that we could just to get the perfect product and something that we could all be proud of. And I think here we stand on the very edge as we're literally starting work on issue 2, and we can say, cool. Now we feel successful, and now we can move onward and really see what CatDad and Supermom can do.
That's a perfect way to end, guys. I appreciate everyone being part of this today. And all the backers, we're already starting work on getting you your books. Thank you so much. This journey's been a crazy, wild one. Like Chuck said, man, this was the Kickstarter that everyone said, don't do it, don't do it. You already tried twice and you failed. This goes to show you don't give up just because it gets hard. Sometimes you got to step back, you got to talk to people, and you got to get better. Randy, I am going to take this to Indiegogo. We're going to go to Indiegogo, and we're going to do, I believe there's a way to transfer it over to allow that audience a chance to get this book.
Yeah, leave it in demand there for a couple months. We'll push it.
Yeah, and so I might reach out to you tomorrow to actually ask you if you know anyone who could help me transfer it over. Because I've never done it before, and I'd rather make sure I talk to somebody so I don't make a mistake.
Well, quite honestly, if you know Anthony Figaro.
Oh, I do. I'll reach out to Anthony. Thank you. So he's
the one to talk to about that.
Because there are no borders when you love comics. There's only loving comics. And if there are people that this book can help their family, maybe they got a kid getting bullied, it's a great platform. It supports creators. So why not be part of it? Right, Chuck?
Heck yeah.
You know, we're going to reach every audience we can. We have big goals. And I said this, and I mean it. One of the best goals that this could help us do is to go to Congress and talk about bullying one day. Yep. That's the type of goal I have for a book like this, is to be able to sit in front of Congress and say we can do better for the children. We can inspire children, and we can change the narrative of what bullying is. And I think that's how we're going to end it tonight. Thank you guys so much. I just blown away. Backers, all of you who allowed me on your programs, NFC for all the last minute awesome help, plus setting up everything you did, paving the way for some of the things that happened with the cons, changing the cons for the better. I cannot wait what's next. I know you're not going to be doing any more geek outs. So that's a different thing, not geek outs, cybercons, but Kevin's got some great stuff coming. So that's it. We're done. CatDadandSupermom.com. Stay up to date. And please make sure that you're checking your Kickstarter emails tomorrow if you're a backer. We want to get you the books tomorrow. As far as the PDF versions, we want PDFs out tomorrow. So check your emails. We're going to be setting up surveys tomorrow, believe it or not. That's it. Goodbye. Thank you.
Take care.
And remember, Indie Vault 9 p.m. Tuesday, 9 a.m. on Thursday.
Yep.
And never mind the furthermore tomorrow, 10 a.m. and every day at 10 a.m. We're out. CatDad and Supermom, rise against bullying.